Most people have heard of Salt Bae, aka Nusret Goche. Yeah, I'm not even gonna struggle with his name. But for the ones who haven't, you probably know him as the Salt Guy. And that video led to him owning 22 restaurants and having a net worth of $80 million. Yes, I am pocket watching, but this castle that Salt Bae has built up will eventually come crashing down when reports came out saying that he had 7 lawsuits and also getting accused of discrimination to employees and also taking place in some illegal activities. This will force Salt Bae to reach an absolute low. In 2019, one former bartender at Salt Bae's restaurant in London said that the restaurant looks like gold from the outside, but shit on the inside. Excuse my language, this is his words, word for word. I don't know why I'm acting like I got a PG channel. Another ex-bartender at the London steakhouse compared the work environment to the Hunger Games, saying that most of the employees did not know when it will be their last shift of work because there was a lot of firing on the spot if anything was done wrong. At this point, Brody thinks he's Gordon Ramsay. Like, I understand your store is getting a lot of attention from internet fame, but chill. And this will pile up more and more because in August 2021, 5 grillers would put out a lawsuit that said Salt Bae was cursing at his employees. And as I said before, he's really going for this Gordon Ramsay type of vibe. And with these reports coming out, they still did not gain a lot of light. Salt Bae was still gaining thousands and thousands of followers on Instagram. And he was expanding, making more restaurants in Beverly Hills, Dallas, Las Vegas, New York, Boston, and it seemed like nothing could stop him. But Salt Bae lit a fire that he could not put out because his lawsuit back in 2019 came out to the public where 4 ex-employees alleged in a complaint saying that they were getting their tips withheld and they were terminated if they said anything about it. Like, this is outrageous. If this was me, it would have went down completely different. Salt Bae later settled this lawsuit on October 19th for $230,000. Like, he was trying to cover up his name so bad. And this would ease some of the pressure off of Salt Bae for a little bit. But that same year, a former server in the New York restaurant alleged in a class action suit that Salt Bae skimmed 3% off the top of tips before being distributed back to the employees. Like, you really had to understand the dedication of doing this. To have a constant UAV over all tips while trying to run a fast-paced restaurant is actually insane. But then again, the lawsuit was settled on July 2020 for $300,000. And it seems like Salt Bae found the method. Like, he realized that he could do anything as long as he just started throwing money at people. They're gonna be quiet. And he's not wrong, but it just doesn't last for that long. Because in addition to the accusations of tip theft, former employees accused the restaurant of having a hyper-masculine culture with instances of sexual and racial discrimination. Having some of the female workers dressed up in dresses looking like they're about to get ready for a club. Like, is this a 5-star restaurant or are we at Hooters? Like, you know what I'm saying? Elizabeth Cruz, a former bartender at the Salt Bae restaurant in New York, claimed in a lawsuit in November 2021 that she was asked by the general manager to change into a short skirt and a very revealing top. Keep in mind, it is her first day of work and they are requesting this. Like, what are we doing? And she put on the uniform, but her own employees started to harass her. And according to the lawsuit, she asked the manager if she can change back into the standard uniform, but was denied a request. And several days later, she was fired in retaliation for complaining. Like, what the fuck? Like, how am you gonna fire me? She not even supposed to have that on, and they really gonna fire her for that? And besides the work environment, if you were a customer trying to dine in, you also were not safe. Because one of Salt Bae's specialty, a gold-covered tomahawk steak, was 1,450 pounds. And that comes with a portion of mashed potatoes for 12 pounds. And then you can't forget the bev, so you get a Coca-Cola for 9 pounds, making this meal come out to $1,470 in USD. If I got my math correct on that one. Like, bro, you must be Kanye West or LeBron James if you want to dine in here. And I know damn well it's not worth it. And just to put the cherry on top, Salt Bae's reputation would only get worse. Yeah, what I did there? Cherry on. No? All right. Because in 2022, Salt Bae would attend the World Cup and was seen on the field after the game raising, kissing, and holding the trophy, which is illegal to do, and was also seen grabbing players like Messi and snatching the trophy from other players. Like, bro, you're not on the team. You did not win this. You was in the crowds. Watch out, you're not even supposed to be here. And this will result into a backlash of a lot of fans and critics complaining, saying, why was he on the stage? Why was he even able to get on the field? That will result into Salt Bae getting banned from any other World Cups. Going into 2023, Salt Bae still had a lot of revenue from his initial blow up with the other restaurants, so he decided to open up another store in London. But this was a terrible idea because Salt Bae's fancy steak that cost $680 would fail to get any sales, and I don't blame people for not buying that. $680 is crazy. I might as well go to McDonald's and just bust down a McRib real quick. You know they got the limited edition. And this made his profits for 2023 fall from $3.9 million to $2.2 million, which resulted in his restaurant only making $7 million in the first 4 months that it opened, despite being ranked on TripAdvisor as one of the worst restaurants in London a month prior. And this wouldn't have to happen if he didn't overprice everything in his store. Now, fast forwarding to 2024, after all the drama, it seems like Salt Bae is really trying to recover his name, but I guess you could say he's trying to rebuild his brand and recover his public reputation.